Sand Island could be getting dozens of new neighbors before too long, all of them homeless.
And tonight we're learning more about the homeless shelter being planned out there. Your chance to sound off this week. KITV4's Catherine Cruz has her continuing coverage.
It's all quiet on the racetrack now, but bike enthusiasts are breaking for new neighbors if the state land board approves the city turning this 5-acre lot into a temporary homeless facility.
We're really vulnerable because we're not there all the time. And I mean, if we could afford it, we'd put up a fence, but we can't. We've gotten estimates, and it's just way out of our budget.
Drake plans to show up at a community meeting the day after tomorrow to hear about the city's plans. He's understandably fearful of what's to come.
We've been broken into several times over the years, and we've spent quite a bit of money on extra locks.
Some Sand Island businesses are taking a wait-and-see approach. They've long dealt with the homeless problem in the area, but some are applauding that government is trying to address the growing problem of homelessness.
That old saying, not in my backyard, but hey, they got to go in somebody's backyard. And I'm not, I'm not against it. I'm not, really for it, but they got to go somewhere, and, the government got to try and help them out somewhere.
City officials are still firming up the details of what the facility will look like. 22 years ago, the state's transitional homeless village in Haleiwa looked like this. It stood for 5 years before it was taken down. But that isn't what's planned for the homeless at Sand Island.
There's going to be office trailers for the providers, for the people that are offering the counseling, the rehabilitation services. There's going to be recreation area where people can sit with tables and chairs and, again, a canopy to protect them from the sun.
Harai couldn't say if the plans called for a tent like this, which was erected in 1990 in O'Ala Park by then Mayor Frank Fossey.
It's more of a canopy structure where they can bring their own bedding into. What we didn't want to do was make it look like a tent city. We definitely didn't want to make it with little boxed partitions. We did consult with some of the beat officers who responded quite often, unfortunately, to the O'Ala Park tents. So we basically took their lessons learned, and we're going to move forward with that and try to turn this around and make this a positive experience.
Right. Now, the city stresses it will offer wraparound services, including transportation for the homeless families, and it will be, again, pet-friendly. Now, interestingly, Harai says, as it firms up its plans, the city will also include homeless focus groups to see what else they need to get off the streets. Yanji, Kenny?